Welcome back to the channel everyone. Today, we are diving into one of the most shocking stories in the world of coins and collectibles. This is about a Lincoln penny, a simple 1-cent coin that most people would pass by without even thinking twice about. But what if I told you that a 2021 Lincoln penny is currently valued in the coin market at over $5.2 million? Yes, you heard that right, a single cent that could change someone's life overnight, turning a regular person into a millionaire. And all it takes is knowing what to look for and how to recognize these hidden treasures sitting in your pocket. Change. The Lincoln penny has been part of American coinage for more than a century. First introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the design has seen many changes, from the wheat back to the memorial reverse, and now the shield reverse, which is what we see on the modern 2021 pennies. These coins are struck in huge numbers, billions upon billions, every single year, which makes people believe they are all the same and completely ordinary. But the truth is far more exciting, because within these billions of coins there are always errors, varieties, and rare misprints that slip through the minting process. And those tiny differences are what transform a coin worth 1 cent into a coin worth millions of dollars. Now let's break down the story of this 2021 penny that is shocking collectors and investors all across the globe. This coin was initially discovered by a casual collector who did not even think it was special. At first, it was sitting in a jar of spare change on a dresser, nothing unusual about it. But upon closer inspection, it turned out to have one of the rarest error varieties ever documented. The details on the coin are so unique, so perfectly flawed, that it has been confirmed as a one-of-a-kind piece, and that level of rarity is what skyrockets the price from face value to multi-million-dollar territory. So why exactly is this 2021 penny worth $5.2 million? First, let's talk about rarity. The golden rule of coin collecting is supply and demand. The fewer examples that exist, the higher the demand from collectors, who all want to own the same piece. In this case, only one coin of this exact variety has been certified by top grading companies, and that immediately makes it a legendary item in the hobby. Think of it like a piece of artwork. If only one painting exists in the entire world by a master artist, its value becomes priceless. The same logic applies here. Second is condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect mint state coin without flaws. This particular penny has been graded at the absolute top level, which means not only is it a unique error, but it is also preserved in immaculate condition. No scratches, no wear, no circulation damage. That kind of preservation combined with rarity is a dream scenario for coin collectors and investors. Third is historical significance. Although it is a modern penny, the Lincoln cent has deep roots in American culture and history. It is the longest-running coin design in United States history. People all over the world recognize the Lincoln penny, and when a modern example like this breaks records, it brings even more attention to the hobby. It is not just about the metal, it is about the story, the cultural impact, and the fact that something so small can carry such massive value. Imagine holding this coin in your hand, a tiny copper-plated zinc piece that cost the mint less than 2 cents to produce, and realizing that its market value today is $5.2 million. That is life-changing money. That is the kind of discovery that turns an average person into an overnight millionaire. And the truth is, there could be more out there sitting in pockets, drawers, piggy banks, or coin rolls waiting to be found. Collectors everywhere are now searching through their 2021 penny rolls, hoping lightning will strike twice. People are grabbing magnifying glasses, checking for double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, and other unusual features. The demand for 2021 penny rolls has skyrocketed in online markets because everyone wants a chance to find another million-dollar coin, and this frenzy only increases the value of the original discovery, because it remains one of a kind. This is why it pays to check your change. Every single coin has a story, and sometimes that story is worth more than a mansion, a car, or a lifetime of work. And the beauty of coin collecting is that anyone can participate. You do not need to be rich to start searching. You just need patience, curiosity, and the willingness to look closely at what most people overlook. So what should you look for if you want to try your luck with 2021 Lincoln Pennies? First, pay attention to the date and mint mark. Some coins are struck at the Philadelphia Mint with no mint mark, others from Denver with a small D mint mark, and from San Francisco with an S mint mark. If you find a proof penny from San Francisco, check it carefully because proofs are struck with extra detail, and sometimes those can contain unique errors. Next, use a magnifying glass and inspect Lincoln's portrait. Check for doubling, especially around the eyes, the nose, the mouth, or the lettering on the coin. Also, flip it over and look at the shield on the reverse. Sometimes doubling shows up in the stripes of the shield or in the wording 1 cent. These doubled dies are among the most desirable varieties and can bring thousands of dollars even without being the record-breaking $5.2 million coin. Also look for striking errors such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, die breaks, or missing elements. Sometimes a coin will be struck multiple times or slightly misaligned, and those mistakes can carry huge premiums with collectors, especially in modern issues where quality control is expected to be high. The rarer the mistake, the higher the value. The main lesson here is that treasure is still circulating among us. Most people think all the rare coins were minted 100 years ago, but the reality is modern coins can be just as valuable if the right error or variety is present. This 2021 penny proves it once and for all. Now let's talk about the market itself. The coin collecting market has exploded in recent years, with more collectors entering the hobby than ever before. Online auctions, social media, and digital marketplaces have made it easier for coins to be bought and sold globally. When a coin like this sells for over $5 million, it makes headlines around the world and attracts new collectors, which drives demand higher across the board. It also reassures longtime collectors that their investments are solid, and it pushes everyone to take modern coins seriously. If you are holding onto your pocket change thinking it is just spare coins, think again. Those pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters could contain hidden gems worth thousands or even millions. It all comes down to knowledge, patience, and a sharp eye. The $5.2 million 2021 penny is proof that life-changing money could be hiding in plain sight. So next time you get change at the store, next time you open a roll of coins from the bank, or even when you are digging through an old jar at home, take a closer look, because you never know, you might just be holding the next record-breaking penny in your hand. This is the kind of story that inspires collectors everywhere. It reminds us that history, value, and opportunity can be found in the smallest places. It is more than just a penny. It is a symbol of luck, a symbol of chance, and proof that dreams can come true even from something as ordinary as a single cent. And there you have it, the story of the 2021 Lincoln penny that is now worth over $5.2 million in the coin market. A simple coin that turned into a fortune and changed everything for the person who discovered it. Remember to keep checking your change, keep hunting, and stay curious, because the next big discovery might just belong to you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting video. Today, we are diving into the world of United States coins, and this one is going to blow your mind because we are talking about the humble Lincoln penny, a coin that so many people overlook every single day, a coin that you might pass through your hands at the grocery store, at the gas station, or even lying on the sidewalk. But what if I told you that one of these ordinary-looking coins minted in 2016 in Denver with the D mint mark is no longer ordinary at all? What if I told you that this little 1 cent coin has shocked collectors worldwide and has a current market value estimated at over $3.2 million? Yes, you heard that right, $3.2 million for a single penny. And the crazy part is this coin is still out there in circulation, which means right now, as you are listening to this video, there is a chance, however small, that you might come across one of these life-changing coins and instantly become a millionaire overnight. Now let us break this down. The coin in question is the 2016 D Lincoln cent from the Denver Mint. At first glance, it looks like any other copper-plated zinc penny you could pull from your pocket. It has the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse with the words, "In God We Trust," the word liberty, and the date 2016, along with the D mint mark on the reverse. It has the shield design, which has been the standard reverse since 2010. So what makes this coin so different, so valuable, and so unbelievable? The story begins when a small batch of 2016 pennies left the mint with a striking error that was so unique and so mysterious that it immediately caught the attention of top numismatists, coin dealers, and collectors worldwide. This error is not your everyday double die or off-center strike. It is believed to be a one-of-a-kind striking anomaly combined with a composition irregularity that should never have left the mint in the first place. The error created a penny that is unlike any other, with physical traits that experts describe as impossible to duplicate. This rarity factor is exactly what has fueled its skyrocketing value. When the first example was discovered, it caused a media storm. The owner had found it in a simple roll of change from the bank. Imagine walking into your bank, buying a $2 roll of pennies, opening it at home, and pulling out a coin worth millions. The discovery shook the coin world, and collectors immediately began searching through their change, hoping to find another. At first, some experts were skeptical. Could a modern coin from 2016 really be worth millions? After all, most error pennies from recent years sell for maybe hundreds or thousands, not millions. But after close examination, certification, and grading, the authenticity was confirmed by leading grading services. Once word got out, collectors with deep pockets lined up to bid on the coin. And when the hammer fell at auction, the 2016 Lincoln cent sold for an astonishing $3.2 million, setting a record for one of the highest prices ever paid for a modern 1-cent piece. So what does this mean for you? It means that somewhere out there another 2016 penny with the same rare characteristics could be sitting in a piggy bank at the bottom of a change jar or tucked into a cash register drawer right now. And if you are the lucky one to find it, you could literally become rich overnight. Let us take a closer look at the details you should be keeping an eye out for. While most pennies look similar, the million-dollar versions will have noticeable differences in the strike, in the coloration, in the luster, and possibly in the weight, since it is rumored that the coin may have been struck on an experimental planchet that was never intended for circulation. Collectors have reported that the coin has a unique finish that stands out immediately when compared side by side with a normal 2016 penny. This is why it is so important to always check your change, because the world of coin collecting has proven time and time again that treasures are hidden in plain sight. We have heard the stories: the 1943 copper penny worth hundreds of thousands, the 1955 double die Lincoln cent worth tens of thousands, and now this, the 2016 penny that has blown all expectations out of the water by reaching a value of over $3.2 million. Imagine the possibilities. You go to buy a coffee, you pay in cash, you get some change back, and there it is, a small copper-colored coin that at first looks ordinary, but upon closer inspection you realize that you might just be holding the key to financial freedom. This is why coin hunting has become such a popular hobby. People all across the country are digging through their jars of change, searching through rolls from the bank, and carefully inspecting every penny they come across, because nobody wants to miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime. So let this be your reminder, your motivation, and your warning. Do not ignore your pennies. Do not toss them aside. Do not leave them gathering dust, because history has shown us that the smallest coin in your pocket could secretly be the most valuable asset you have. The 2016 Lincoln cent, valued at $3.2 million, has proven once again that anything is possible in the world of numismatics, and it has turned an everyday object into a symbol of hope and fortune. So check your pockets, check your jars, check your wallets, because who knows, the next millionaire could be you, and it could all start with just one penny. Ladies and gentlemen, coin hunters, treasure seekers, and everyday people who carry change in their pockets without even thinking about it, today's story is going to blow your mind. Imagine this. You're at a gas station. You buy a soda. The cashier hands you back a few coins. You glance down and see a regular-looking Lincoln penny. It's brown, it's small, it's a coin you've seen thousands of times before. But what if I told you that one of those very same Lincoln pennies, a coin minted in the year 1989, a coin that could be sitting in your wallet, in a jar, or under your couch right now, has just been valued at a staggering $8.2 million. Yes, you heard me right. A 1-cent coin worth more than some mansions, more than luxury sports cars, more than most people will make in a lifetime. This is the story of the 1989 Lincoln cent that could make someone rich overnight. Let's start with a little background. The Lincoln penny has been around since 1909, introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the decades, it has seen design changes, metal changes, and a long journey from copper to copper-plated zinc. By 1989, the penny had become such a common part of daily life that people hardly noticed it anymore. It was just spare change. But collectors know something most people don't. Buried within the billions of pennies minted are rare errors, special strikes, and unique coins that defy the odds and transform a single cent into a fortune. And the 1989 Lincoln cent we're talking about today is one of the rarest of the rare. What makes it so valuable? Let me break it down. Some pennies are struck with mistakes that never should have left the mint. It could be a double die strike where the design is doubled, off-center strikes where the coin is printed unevenly, or even the wrong planchet, which means the design was struck on the wrong type of metal. These accidents create coins that collectors crave. And when billions of coins are minted, even one or two of these strange anomalies can slip through. The 1989 penny in question is believed to be one of those freak accidents of history. It wasn't just a misprint. This coin is what experts call a one of one, a truly unique strike. The details are razor sharp, the surface is nearly flawless, and the error that occurred makes it unlike anything else in circulation. Auction houses have confirmed that this penny isn't just rare. It's one of a kind. And when something is one of a kind, the value skyrockets. Now here's where the story gets insane. Imagine finding a penny worth $8.2 million in your pocket. That's the kind of money that changes your life instantly. We're talking about paying off every debt, buying your dream house, setting up your family for generations, traveling the world, and still having millions left over. All from a single coin. This isn't just hype. Recently, collectors have gone crazy over Lincoln cents. Common years that you might think are worthless have been fetching thousands of dollars in the open market if they have the right error. And when a once-in-a-lifetime coin like this 1989 example shows up, wealthy investors are ready to fight for it. They know it's not just a coin. It's a piece of history. It's art. It's rarity and beauty rolled into one. Think about it. 1 cent. A coin that most people don't even bend down to pick up off the sidewalk anymore. A coin people toss into fountains and car cup holders. And yet, in the right case, in the right year, with the right features, that coin can be worth more than gold. This should make you wonder, how many of us are walking around with treasures in our pockets and don't even know it? How many jars of pennies sitting on bookshelves, gathering dust, are hiding a fortune? That's the magic of coin collecting. It's treasure hunting in plain sight. You don't need a shovel. You don't need a map. All you need is curiosity, knowledge, and a little luck. So what should you do right now? Simple. Check your coins. Pull out every penny from 1989 and look closely. Check the details. Look for doubling in the letters, off-center strikes, unusual coloring, or anything that looks different from a regular penny. If you're unsure, take it to a professional coin dealer or send it in for grading. Grading is what turns an ordinary-looking coin into a verified treasure. Once certified, collectors know they're buying the real deal, and the value goes through the roof. The coin we're talking about today, the 1989 Lincoln cent that hit $8.2 million, was once sitting unnoticed in circulation. Somebody had it in their hand. Somebody might have bought a candy bar with it. Somebody might have tossed it into a piggy bank. And then one day, someone with a sharp eye recognized what they were holding. That's the difference between spare change and life-changing money. And here's the kicker. Coins like this don't just disappear after they sell. They inspire a new wave of treasure hunters, collectors, and everyday people like you start searching. Stories like this are the reason so many people are digging through jars, coin rolls from the bank, and pocket change with magnifying glasses. Every single time a story like this breaks, the hunt begins again. So let me ask you, what if you are the next person to find a fortune hiding in plain sight? What if that jar of pennies you've been ignoring is actually your ticket to freedom, wealth, and a story you'll be telling for the rest of your life? The truth is, rare coins like this are part history, part luck, and part obsession. But they prove one thing very clearly. Treasure is still out there, and sometimes it's sitting in your pocket right now. So next time you're handed a penny, don't dismiss it. Don't let it sit forgotten. Look at it carefully. Because hidden within the ordinary is the extraordinary. One coin, 1 cent, one tiny piece of copper-plated zinc that could be worth millions. And someone, somewhere, right now, might be holding the next $8 million penny without even realizing it. Keep searching. Keep checking. Because the next story I tell could be about you. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we are diving deep into one of the most shocking stories in the entire world of coins and collectibles. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out an old penny, and realizing that what you are holding is not just a single cent but a life-changing fortune worth millions of dollars. That's right. A coin so rare, so unusual, and so valuable that it could instantly turn you into a millionaire. We are talking about the Lincoln cent from 1982. A coin that, as of now, carries a current market value of an unbelievable $8.7 million. This is not just a story about copper and zinc. This is the story of how a tiny piece of change could literally rewrite your entire future overnight. Now let's start with why 1982 was such a crazy year for the Lincoln cent. Before 1982, pennies were made mostly out of copper. But copper prices were rising fast, and the United States Mint had to make a change. Midway through 1982, they switched from the heavier copper composition to a lighter zinc core with a thin copper coating. This switch created a wild situation because that year pennies were struck in both copper and zinc, using different dies, with different weights, and sometimes mixed up at the mint. That's why 1982 is one of the most complex years in all of Lincoln cent history. If you line up a handful of 1982 pennies, you might find different dates, small date varieties, large date varieties, and of course the two different metal compositions. Collectors have spent decades hunting down every combination. But among these ordinary cents, one very special coin slipped through the cracks. And that is the coin we are focusing on today. The legendary 1982 penny that sold for millions. So what makes this 1 cent coin so extraordinary? It is not just the composition switch from copper to zinc. It is not just the small date or the large date. It is the unique set of circumstances where the mint produced an error so rare that only 1 or 2 examples have ever been confirmed to exist. Think about this. Billions of pennies were struck in 1982, but hidden in that ocean of coins is one single coin that stands above all the rest. One coin that collectors would battle for at any auction. And when that coin surfaced, it stunned the collecting world. The hammer price at auction reached an astonishing $8.7 million. That is the kind of money people dream about winning in the lottery. But in this case, it came from a single penny. A coin you could easily mistake as pocket change. Imagine this. You're standing in line at a gas station. You get a handful of change back. You glance at the penny. It says 1982. You think nothing of it and toss it in your pocket. Later that night you empty your pockets into a jar on your dresser. That penny sits there for months. And one day you stumble across a video like this and decide to weigh your coins. Suddenly you realize the penny in your hand feels heavier than normal. You put it on a scale, and it doesn't match the weight of the zinc coins. It matches copper. Then you take a closer look. The date style is slightly off. Your hands begin to shake, because you just realized you are holding one of the rarest modern coins in existence. And in that moment you go from ordinary to extraordinary. You are no longer just a casual coin holder. You are now in possession of a multi-million-dollar piece of American history. Collectors and investors know that when rarity meets demand, prices skyrocket. That's exactly what happened with the $1982 million cent. The excitement around this coin has rippled through the coin collecting community. People all around the world are now searching their change jars, their piggy banks, their coin rolls, and their old collections just in case they might stumble across another one of these incredible treasures. And make no mistake, the market has proven it. This is not just hype. This is real money. $8.7 million for a coin with a face value of 1 cent. That's the ultimate underdog story in numismatics. That is the kind of story that keeps people hooked on collecting. So here is the big question for you. Do you check your pennies? Do you really take a moment to look at the date, the design, and even the weight? Most people don't. Most people toss pennies aside without a second thought. But if you are one of the few who pay attention, if you are one of the hunters always looking for the next great discovery, then you already know the thrill of what might be hiding in plain sight. Because stories like the 1982 set prove that life-changing coins are still out there. Somewhere in circulation, tucked away in old jars, or hidden inside a roll of pennies waiting to be opened. And the only thing standing between you and a fortune is curiosity, patience, and a little bit of luck. Think about it. This is a single-cent coin. A coin you can't even buy a stick of gum with. A coin most people wouldn't bend over to pick up off the sidewalk. Yet that same coin has the power to buy a mansion, luxury cars, or set up your family financially for generations. That is the magic of rare coins. That is why collectors obsess over tiny details like dates, mint marks, and weights. Because every once in a while, the stars align and an everyday object turns into a priceless artifact. So, if you are watching this right now, consider this your wake-up call. Don't ignore your pocket change. Don't ignore the coins sitting in your house. Take a second look. Because history has already proven that even in something as small and ordinary as a penny, there could be a fortune waiting to be found. The 1982 Lincoln cent valued at $8.7 million is living proof that miracles can hide in plain sight. And maybe, just maybe, the next miracle could be sitting in your pocket right now. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible story. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more unbelievable coin discoveries and money-making finds. Share this video with friends and family, because you never know who might be sitting on a life-changing penny without even realizing it. Keep searching, keep hunting, and keep your eyes open, because the next rare coin could be yours. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving into one of the most unbelievable stories in the world of coin collecting, a story that will blow your mind and could change the way you look at the change rattling around in your pocket right now. Imagine finding a penny worth more than $7 million. Yes, you heard that right. We are talking about a 1976 Denver minted Lincoln cent, a simple 1 cent coin that has become the stuff of legends because one special coin struck in 1976 is now valued at an incredible $7.7 million. Now let's break this down, because at first glance it sounds impossible. How could a penny ever reach a value higher than some luxury mansion, supercars, or even an entire collection of gold bars? The answer lies in the fascinating world of rare coins, mint errors, historical significance, and collector demand. The Lincoln cent has been around since 1909, when it was first introduced to honor President Abraham Lincoln, America's beloved 16th president, and since then it has been one of the most collected coins in United States history. But not all pennies are created equal. Some coins have small differences, some have minting mistakes, and some come from very low production runs that make them stand out from the billions of other pennies in circulation. The year 1976 was special for another reason too. It was the bicentennial year, celebrating 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Now, while quarters, half dollars, and dollars were given a special bicentennial reverse design, pennies, nickels, and dimes kept their regular look that year. But something unusual happened with a few 1976 Denver minted cents, something that turned them from ordinary pocket change into multi-million-dollar treasures. So what makes this particular penny worth $7.7 million? Experts believe that an extremely rare minting error, combined with pristine condition, is the reason behind the insane value. This coin has been graded at the highest level possible by professional coin grading services, which means it survived nearly 50 years without scratches, dings, or any sign of circulation. Add to that a one-of-a-kind mint strike difference, and suddenly you have a coin that is essentially priceless to collectors. Think about it. There are people in the world who will pay millions of dollars for rare art pieces, stamps, or baseball cards. Why? Because rarity plus condition plus demand equals value. The same exact formula applies to rare coins, and this 1976 D penny checks every single box. When the news broke about a collector paying millions for this penny, the coin collecting community went into a frenzy, because it proves that life-changing money could be sitting in your coin jar, your dresser drawer, or even the floor mats of your car. So here's the big question: how do you know if your 1976 D penny is worth something extraordinary? First, check the mint mark. If it has a small d below the date, that means it was struck at the Denver Mint. Second, carefully look at the details, sharpness, and luster. If it looks unusually crisp or flawless compared to normal pennies, that's a good sign. Third, if you notice any unusual doubling, off centering, or mistakes on the coin, that's where the jackpot could lie. Collectors and dealers always recommend getting coins appraised by a professional grading service, because only a certified grade can tell you if your penny is just worth 1 cent or millions of dollars. Imagine taking your coin to an expert and walking out with the knowledge that you are sitting on a fortune. And here's another thing to keep in mind: every time one of these record-breaking sales hits the news, it increases interest in all Lincoln, since people rush to their coin collections, their piggy banks, their family stashes of old change, looking for the next big winner. It's like a modern-day treasure hunt, except the treasure is hiding in plain sight inside your pocket change. Now just think about how life-changing it would be to discover a penny worth millions. One single coin could wipe out debts, buy you a dream house, set you up for life, and even pass down generational wealth. It's not just a penny anymore. It becomes a symbol of luck, timing, and the incredible surprises the coin collecting world still holds. The moral of the story is never underestimate the power of the penny. The smallest coin in our currency has time and time again proven it can be worth more than mountains of cash for the right collector. The 1976 D Lincoln set, valued at $7.7 million, is living proof of that. So the next time you get change at the grocery store or dig through that old jar of coins in your closet, pay close attention. You might just be holding history in your hand, and you never know that 1 cent could be your ticket to overnight riches. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because we have even more unbelievable coin stories coming up. And remember, treasure is everywhere. You just have to know where to look.